Welcome to the 3 keys to fast track your promotion or your raise. Now, I'm Carissa Karner. I am a certified world-class speaking coach. I'm a certified clinic coach, which means that I am trained as both a clinician and a coach, and I'm a licensed psychotherapist. I'm also a leadership coach, and I help people fast track their leadership. So here's a question for you. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt stuck in your current position where you wanted to advance more quickly, but it's just not happening, or it's not happening as quickly as you want it to? In this live, now that you can hear me, you'll discover the 3 keys to get unstuck, to clear the hidden blocks that could be holding you back, and to unlock your next opportunity for advancement or promotion. So, in your current role, you might feel like one of my clients did. Now, for the sake of confidentiality, I'm going to call her Amber. I deeply respect my client's confidentiality. So, that's not her real name. But Amber was performing at a high level in her role in a large corporation, but she felt stuck. She felt stuck at her current income level, and she wanted to move up into a higher management position as quickly as possible. Now, Amber was unhappy with her current income because she was performing at such a high level, and she didn't feel that her income was matching her performance output. So, can you relate to Amber? Have you ever felt like that in your company? Like the energy or the effort that you're investing doesn't match the money that you take home? Or maybe you can relate with Amber in the sense that you do want to advance more quickly and you might feel stuck where you are, that you can't really move out of the position you're in now. Well, in our sessions, Amber shared with me that she knew there was something missing for her. That's why she wanted to bring this into her sessions with me. That she knew there was some block holding her back that she couldn't see herself. And she said, honestly, I'm nervous. I'm nervous to have a conversation with my bosses about advancement because, they've already given me promotions and I don't know what to say now. I'm afraid they'll tell me no. And at the same time, I don't really know what more I can do to stand out or to get their attention. Now, Amber was so ambitious to move forward into leadership or move upward into leadership, and she didn't know how to leverage the power that she already had. She didn't know how to stand out or to build her leadership skills. And at the same time, she didn't know how to make the ask. She didn't have a strong strategy. So instead, what she decided to do, instead of working on those skills until she came to me, was she decided to pursue another job opportunity at a different company. Have you ever done that where something's not working, so you just go somewhere else? Well, she loved the company that she was currently at. She really didn't want to leave, but she didn't know how else to increase her income because she was afraid of having those assertive conversations. She was afraid of rocking the boat. And she went as far as interviewing and going through a rigorous 3 round interview process for this other position. She even flew out to the other company, it was several states away, for an in person interview and a live demonstration of her presentation skills. And then that company, they saw how incredible she was and they made her a fantastic offer. And she told me, I don't want to leave my current company. The new job is not as good of a fit, but I don't know how to turn down this amount of money. So we work together. We work together using my research proven methods that can clear the hidden blocks that may be stopping you from advancing, or they can clear what's keeping you stuck. And we also, Amber and I created a plan for how she could use this new offer as leverage to speak to her leadership team at her current job and to advance her position and dramatically increase her income. Now, at first, she was nervous to have this conversation, but we used the specialized techniques that I take my clients through. And after we did that and we created a plan, we even role played different scenarios. We role played exactly what she would want to say. And she said she was ready. So she went ahead with this strategy that we created and she felt confident. She felt emboldened because of the work we had done together. So she went and she spoke to her bosses. And you know what happened? The leadership team in her current company did not want to lose her. So they offered her a huge raise and a massive promotion. And she told me, "This is better than I ever dreamed it could be. Now I'm making the money I want to make. I'm getting promoted into a higher position, and I get to stay with a company that I love." Now, she has continued to rapidly advance in her company because she cleared out those hidden blocks that were holding her back and keeping her small. And I've watched her confidence and her leadership grow in leaps and bounds day after day. And each time any doubts or uncertainties arise, especially as she steps up into a new level, we clear them out with my proven methods. Now, she has continued to advance into upper management, and she's now one of the youngest leaders in her division at this company. It's very impressive. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, okay, that's great for Amber. She had that new position to leverage, but I am not sure that will work for me in my situation. And it's completely understandable if you're thinking that. However, what I've seen time and time again is that people come to me saying they feel stuck or they feel like they can't go beyond where they are at in their company. And yet, when we apply these strategies to their situation, they end up feeling more confident. They end up making the ask for the things that they want and need to make their job better. And they end up getting promoted or advancing their position in some way. So, without further ado, here are the three keys. Here are the three keys to unlock your next opportunity for advancement. These are the same keys that Amber used to get her promotion and her raise. So, you ready for them? Key number one is to get crystal clear on where you want to go and create a step by step plan so that you stay focused and know what to do without wasting time. Have you ever taken a vacation in an area that you've never been before? So, for example, I several years ago, I went to Ireland for the very first time with my partner and with my family. And Ireland was a country we had never been to before. So, we didn't even know the names of most of the small towns. We certainly didn't know the roads. We didn't know how to get around. And of course, we had to use a map. So when we decided we wanted to go and kiss the Blarney Stone, we had to use a map in order to get there. Now we could have just driven around and, maybe asked someone for directions or, looked at some signs, but the chances are that we would have probably gotten lost or we would have never arrived at our destination. Or even if we did get there, we would have wasted a ton of time. It's the same when you are moving toward a goal, whatever that goal is. You need a step by step strategy or a roadmap to get you to your goal. Now, when I work with my clients, I call this their fast track strategy. Because when you create your strategy, when you create that roadmap, it will automatically put you on a faster track without wasting any time. I'm just changing this here because I saw my name is not up there yet. There we go. So that's what is so important about this is that just by the nature of creating a strategy, that means that you are going to minimize wasted time. Just that small act which is actually a huge act because it makes such a big difference. So remember, the first thing to do, the first key is in order to get the promotion or get the raise is to get crystal clear on what your goal is, what is your Blarney Stone? And then break it down into the steps, the roadmap that you will need to take to get there. I know it sounds simple, it seems obvious, but you'd be surprised that so often people don't just sit down or they don't sit down with someone else to help them get very clear on what they want so that they can chart that map, that roadmap to get there. All right, so that was key number 1, but of course, you need more than just a strategy. That is not enough. That is a very important first step. But you also need key number 2, which is to clear out the hidden blocks that have been standing in your way so that you're not being tripped up by things that you're not even aware of. So sometimes there might be internal blocks that are you just don't know they're there. You know that something's not working, or maybe you have an idea of what it is that is standing in your way. You think you know what it is, but often it's something underneath, something that's hidden and more internal. It's kinda like I liken it to, when you're looking in a mirror and you wanna see how your hair looks in the back of your head, but no matter which way you turn, you can't see that spot in the mirror, you need help, right? You need either a mirror, another mirror to hold back there, or you need somebody to stand there and say, "Oh, you've got something weird going on with your hair," so you can fix it. So it's the same with the hidden blocks inside. You can't change something that you can't see. And you can't see something if you don't even know to look. So that's the trick with key number 2 is that you can't do it alone. You need someone to stand behind you and tell you what's back there. So that's where a coach comes in, or a trusted mentor, or it's just somebody who can be honest with you, somebody who has your best interest at heart and who can be honest without pulling punches, but also be kind. Because just being criticized for the sake of being criticized is not going to help you grow. You need someone who knows how to help you stretch without breaking, without it being traumatic or painful, but that can help you grow outside of your comfort zone. So, you also want somebody who will not only give you honest feedback, but has the tools that will help you clear out those blocks. Once you see that they're there, it's not enough just to see them. You also need the tools to clear them. If your hair is doing something wacky in the back, you need a hairbrush to get those knots out. You need someone to give you the tools so that you know how to clear them. So that's what Amber did when we honestly looked at her fear of having those assertive conversations with her bosses, and we dealt with that fear by looking at it head on together and then by removing it to clear it out with these research proven strategies that I use, and then to replace it with the skills that she needed to move forward. So, what I do with my clients is that I use powerful techniques that are derived from scientifically backed methods. So, I'm able to draw from my clinical background as a psychotherapist. So, if you don't remember, I am also a psychotherapist in addition to being a certified world class speaking coach, a leadership coach, and a clinic coach. I have many years as a licensed psychotherapist. And so, I pull strategies from my clinical background, the strategies and the techniques that they're the most cutting edge techniques. They outperform standard coaching tools in study after study, and they go beyond mindset work. They get to the root of what's standing in your way, and they help you get fully aligned with your goals so that all of you is on board to achieve that next level of leadership. So, we're not doing therapy, but instead, we're using therapeutic tools to help you reach your goals in the fastest amount of time possible. So now we've looked at creating your step by step fast track plan. We looked at clearing those hidden blocks. And now we're moving into key number 3. So, key number 3 is to understand your strengths and capitalize on them, and know your challenges so that you can fill in the gaps. So, again, to really see what you're good at, see your strengths and capitalize on them, and look at your challenges or your struggles so that you can address them. What often surprises me is that people, they don't always see their own superpowers. They don't always see the places where they are very strong. Yes, stretch without breaking. That's exactly it, to stretch without breaking. And so, coming back to your strengths, it amazes me. Have you ever had somebody say, "Oh my goodness, you're so good at this," or "Wow, you should do this. You're really good at," and you think, "Wait, what? I'm good at that?" And it surprises you? It's because you often can't see the strengths that you have. And conversely, often people don't want to look at the places where they're challenged, the places where they struggle, because it's painful. It's painful to acknowledge the things that you're not good at. So, both of these pieces. Number one, when you can be honest with yourself about your own strengths, your confidence is going to grow and expand in those areas. And when you have someone like a coach who can stand outside of you and show you how good you are at certain things, I even use an assessment with my clients to help them see their strengths, to help them grow and expand in those areas. And then on the other side, with your challenges, instead of ignoring them or pretending like they're not there and just kind of looking the other way, that it's important to build the courage to just look and say, okay, I really do need to work on this. Because you can't change what you don't see. You can't change what you don't look at. And so when you have somebody to stand beside you, like Amber and I look together at her fear, then you can start to change it. And when you have the ability not only to look at it, but you have someone who can give you and teach you those needed skills like the presentation skills, speaking skills, assertiveness skills, listening skills. That's when the magic really happens. Because then you can see the work that needs to be done and you know how to do it. It's kind of like have you ever had something like that you don't want to clean? For me, it's the garage. My garage is a mess. And so I just don't go out there and I just don't look at it. And, I think part of me hopes that magically it will get cleaned, but it won't. It will never get cleaned unless I acknowledge, that garage really needs to be cleaned. I got to go out there and look at it and acknowledge the mess that's there and then create that plan, that step by step plan to deal with it. So it's the same way with your weaknesses. So, when you do these three things, when you get clear on where you want to go with your fast track strategy, when you clear out those hidden blocks that hold you back, and when you know your strengths and your challenges, you will have built the foundation. That's the foundation to accelerate your leadership trajectory. So, when you build this foundation and you do these things, you are ready to increase your skill set as a leader. That you've built that foundation so then you can start adding those communication skills that I work with my clients on, the presentation skills, the assertiveness skills, the listening skills, the confidence skills, so that you can be seen as the leader that you want to be seen as every time you step into a room, every time you lead a meeting, every time you show up on Zoom, every time you open your mouth to speak. And here's the thing. So you can work with a career coach to land a new job or new promotion, which is wonderful. Career coaches are fantastic. And just think about this. Have you ever heard the quote from Ram Dass, wherever you go, there you are? So even if you do land a new job or a new promotion, you will take those hidden inner blocks with you. You will take your unaddressed struggles or challenges with you, and you may still not even know how to fully leverage your strengths, what you're naturally good at, which means you will likely continue to be stuck in the same ways, even at a new position, because wherever you go, there you are. And you'll probably be stumped as to why you're stuck again. It's like, have you ever known somebody who gets divorced and then they don't work on their stuff and then they get remarried and the same stuff shows up with the next partner? Or maybe you've done that yourself. I know I have. Have you ever been in that situation where you break up with somebody because things are terrible and then you get into a new relationship and you think everything's going to be great and then suddenly you start noticing you're having the same fight again that you just had in your last relationship and you can't figure out why? Well, imagine what would be different if you dealt with all the stuff so that you could go into the next relationship or the next professional role from a different place with more confidence, with more trust in yourself, with better leadership skills so that you can continue to advance and you can feel good doing it at the same time. So that's the piece that a career coach can't do, that I bring in those proven techniques that have had the most powerful results for my therapy clients. And we use them to clear out your hidden internal blocks. These techniques, they'll clear out anything that holds you back, that keeps you small, and they will get you aligned. So your whole self is aligned with where you want to go. And when you get clarity about what's underneath, about those things that hold you back and keep you stuck, when you get clarity about where your struggles are with these research backed methods, then you will stand out as a confident leader wherever you go. And that's what I help my clients do. So I help them see exactly what's been standing in their way, clear it out so they can move forward with confidence. And then we add the needed skills on top of that strong foundation. So, what I love about these strategies to remind you that they are not therapy. We're using these techniques from the psychotherapy world, but we're using them in a coaching context to help you get to your goals, which means that we don't have to dredge up, we're not dredging up your worst trauma in order for you to get unstuck and move forward. What you'll do instead is you'll open up opportunities that will allow you to stand out. You'll be able to have the conversations that lead to advancement, and you'll have the confidence to make the ask, whether it's for more responsibility, for the raise, or for the promotion that you deserve. So, if you want to get crystal clear on exactly what you need to do personally to advance in your unique situation, to create a fast track strategy, to clear the hidden blocks and to get promoted and or get a raise as quickly as possible, then I want to invite you to book a connection call with me. I call it a connection call because that is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to connect. We're going to look at your goals together, and we're going to start to strategize to see what you need to get there, and if working together is part of that strategy. Now, I do want to let you know that I only work with people who are serious. So please don't book a call with me if you're not serious about advancing your goals. I'm going to put the link up here right now where you can book the call. But like I said, please only book this call if you're serious about advancing your leadership, because I do only work with people who are driven and serious about reaching their goals. Now, you can also drop in the comments the word connect. Just drop the word connect in the comments, and I will personally reach out to you and let you know how you can book that call with me. Of course, you can just take this link right here from the screen. And in just a moment, I am going to drop the link in the comments as well. So if you're watching the replay, you can go into the comments and you can click that live link to book a call with me right now. And I look forward to talking to you and helping you to fast track your leadership so that you can reach your goals as quickly as possible.